Don't you hate it when you're traveling through 6 time zones to the east and arrive at your destination feeling like a zombie, unable to enjoy your trip? Stick around and I'm going to give you 8 tips to avoid jet lag fatigue and adjusting to your time zone in just 24 hours. Hi, my name is Lily Lay and I'm a physician, and in this channel I'm going to tell you how to heal without medicine step by step. You will rightfully ask, what does healing without medicine have to do with jet lag fatigue? From the traditional Chinese medicine or energetic view, it is the flow of energy through our body that keeps us healthy and feeling well. In layman words, the body's energy, just like money, is finite after the age of 50, more or less. Why? Because we spend it foolishly in our youth. If you want to stay healthy and feeling well after the age of 50, to continue doing meaningful things in life, you should be mindful on how you spend your energy from now on. Traveling is a major expenditure of energy of your body, and you have to have an abundant reserve of energy so you can make the shift to that time zone and still feel well. Moreover, if you begin your trip with low energy, chances are that you're going to get some health problems along the way in your trip. Depending on your health level, if you have a bountiful reserve of energy, you may not need to do any preparation for the trip, and you may not feel any jet lag. If you continue spending your energy mindlessly for years, eventually this tip will come in handy for your future trips. So let's see what are these 8 tips to avoid jet lag fatigue, allowing you to adjust within 24 hours to your destination time zone. Traveling and having jet lag fatigue will make you more susceptible to catching infectious diseases. Therefore, preparation and raising your body's energy is the most important part of the tips that I'm going to give you so you can avoid jet lag and be able to adjust to your destination time zone in 24 hours. So the 8 tips are: number 1, select a good flight. Number 2, decrease the intake of refined carbohydrates and sugar. Number 3, exercise. Number 4, hydrate well. Number 5, restful nights. Number 6, take some supplements, which I'm going to mention later. Number 7, acupressure. And number 8, mindset. Okay, so let's begin explaining each of these tips. Tip number 1, select a good flight time. So what is the best time? Well, in my preference, the best time is the red-eye flight, the one that you can sleep during the night hours. Why? Because if you can sleep in the airplane, and if not, I will tell you in the other tip what you can do. If you can sleep in the airplane, you have the ability to rest from the day before, from the stress of packing and preparing for the trip, and then you will arrive during the remaining daylight hours at the destination, so giving your body time to adjust so you can go to sleep at the local time. That's why I like the red-eye flight to fly to any place. Tip number 2, decrease processed carbohydrate and refined sugar. Why? Because these food slow down the production of the natural energy, that energy that makes you feel good and healthy. So 3 weeks before your trip, begin reducing your carbohydrate by 25 or 30% of your intake. Do not stop carbohydrate all at once, because it's going to send your body into a withdrawal. I do not recommend that to anyone. So what you do, for example, if you add 2 tablespoons of sugar to your coffee or to your tea. Try to reduce just next time 1 3/4. Just with that little decrease on that sugar, your body will begin feeling a change. Same thing, if you're used to eat a sandwich daily, just remove one of the cover of bread so you can have an open sandwich and just eat it. Just with this, I repeat, just with this decrease on carbohydrate, your body will just make a change. Now, if you are a vegetarian and you do very fine without much sugar and carbohydrate, go ahead and stop it at once for 3 weeks and you see the difference. Now, if you are decreasing your carbohydrate, make sure that you substitute that food with something healthier, like you can increase your vegetable or your fruit or the nuts if you're not allergic to that. Tip number 3, exercise before the trip. Why? Because in this case, you move your blood, you move your energy, and it's going to help you to make the shift of the time zone, as well as avoiding any blood clot while you're sitting in the airplane. Now, this all depends whether you are already an avid exerciser or don't exercise. So if you don't exercise, maybe the moving around, preparing the trip is enough for you to move that energy. Or if you are an avid exerciser, you can just increase 25% more of that of your exercise routine. The idea is not to get you very tired before the trip, because that will be just much worse. It's just to energize you a little bit more. For those who doesn't want to waste a lot of your energy while exercising, what I did on myself is to practice the medical Qigong 3 weeks before the departure time. And what the medical Qigong does is to raise your body's energy. In the future, I'm going to make a video about that, so subscribe and hit the bell button so you can be alerted about my next video. Tip number 4, hydrate well before your trip. Why? Because the electricity needs water to run in our body. So if you're completely dehydrated, none of these tips that I'm going to tell you is going to work. You can just hydrate 3 or 4 days before departure time. So how you know whether you're hydrated? Well, first check your lips that they're not dry or cracked. And the other way to find out whether you're hydrated is to check the urine in your toilet bowl. So drink enough water 2 or 3 days before your departure time until the urine in the toilet bowl looks clear yellow. Tip number 5, rest well. At least 1 week before the departure time. The longer you rest, the more energy you're going to accumulate. If you are a poor sleeper, I would recommend to take melatonin. It has very low side effects, aside from if you're taking too much, it's going to give you some drowsiness, but you can start with 0.5 milligram to 1 milligram up to 3 milligram. There are melatonin, the one that I take, that come with a combination of short-term melatonin and long-term duration melatonin. This is my favorite because it's the one that I take and I feel that I wake up rested. I'm going to leave the link below in the comment section if you want to just check this melatonin out. If you are traveling during the winter, it is advisable that you load up your body with supplements and vitamins to prop up your immune system. So the first supplement that I would recommend if you're traveling in the winter time is vitamin D3. A dose can vary from 1,000 to 3,000 international units per day. Now, I would advise you to start taking it 2 weeks before the trip. Why? Because this vitamin D3 needs to be convertible into usable vitamin inside your body. Zinc, I take 50 milligrams a day. That's the amount that comes in each capsule. Studies have found that zinc has antiviral properties. However, you need to take it with the next supplement, which is quercetin. Again, is 250 milligrams a day. They have to be taken together in order to potentiate the antiviral vitamin C in a dose of 500 milligrams to 1 gram. However, you can take this 500 milligram or 1 gram twice a day because of how it absorbs. Taking more, it would not absorb through your gut. Tip number 7, acupressure. So what does the acupressure do? It works on key acupuncture points to influence the flow of the energy so it can quickly adjust to the local circadian time. The acupressure is done as you are in the airplane, and this is nothing more than rubbing on key points in the wrist, in the hand, around the knees and legs and feet every 2 hours. Every 2 hours, each of these points has a corresponding time, so you keep doing it until your arrival time. Like, for example, some of the points will be right here, right here, right here, okay, or down here at the knee or on your feet. So I'm going to be making a video to show you exactly how I did those acupuncture points. Plus, I'm going to include a chart, a PDF chart, so you can see and locate the points. So wait for that so you know what to do. Subscribe and hit the bell button so you can be alerted of my next video. The acupressure works best if you have prepared before the flight. By hydrating yourself well, by decreasing your carbohydrates and sleeping well. Tip number 8, the mindset. Once you arrive to your destination, it is very important that you switch your watch and your mind to the local time. Why? Because it will help you adjust to the local time immediately. In the next video, I'm going to describe you how I adjusted in 24 hours when I traveled to Italy. Subscribe and hit the bell button to know when the next video is ready. Thanks for watching.